All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Wrestling All Day Podcast official channels. We are live right now on Facebook. We are live right now on Twitch, and we are live right now on YouTube. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just days away, 2 days away from the return of Hell in a Cell. Now, Bad Blood, also the return of Bad Blood. So this is going to be 27 years to the date of the very first Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I am extremely excited for this Hell in a Cell match. Now, Bad Blood 1997. It was the last time Vince McMahon was on commentary. It was the first time we got to see the Hell in a Cell, and it's the first time we got to see the debut of the Big Red Machine, Kane. Are we going to see Kane this weekend? I don't know. It'd be pretty damn cool. Not going to lie. It'd be pretty cool to see Kane back in the WWE. For his 27th anniversary, also exactly 27 years, like literally 27 years to the date. So we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about the upcoming match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. And we're also going to go down the line and we're going to talk about the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time. So before we get started with going down the list, let's talk about it. Let's talk about CM Punk, Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk have been beefing since CM Punk came back last November. It's been almost a year since CM Punk shocked the world and made his return. A return that even as it was happening, I still didn't think it was happening. I didn't believe that CM Punk was coming out until he made his way through that curtain and actually came out. I had no faith that CM Punk was going to be coming out here for this. And right now, I would like to real quick. Let me just double check something real quick. I just want to double check, make sure audio's good. Make sure everything's tip top shape. Looks like we're good. Looks like we are good. Okay. So before I continue here, like I said, these two have been beefing since CM Punk came back. They had their spot in the Rumble where CM Punk injured his arm off the Future Shock. And then they had their match inevitably at SummerSlam. And then they had their match at Bash in Berlin. And this is the blow-off. This is the rubber match. Drew McIntyre has one victory. CM Punk has one victory. And ladies and gentlemen, these two collide this Saturday. Oh, excuse me. Inside Hell in a Cell. And I cannot wait for this, ladies and gentlemen. The promo they cut this past Monday, which I thought was very well done. They actually had them inside the ring, inside the cell. Now, cutting promos for a Hell in a Cell match is one thing. You got to be on top of your game. Hell in a Cell is the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to end your rivalry with somebody, or you want to end your rival, you face them inside Hell in a Cell, and we'll get to some of the greatest rivalries inside Hell in a Cell in just a little bit. But as I was saying, these two are going to beat the living hell out of each other. And that promo they cut on Monday, where CM Punk and Drew McIntyre basically told each other that they were going to kill each other, it was top notch. Like they were in the ring, the cell was lowered, everything about that promo was awesome. And I mean, you got to go with the clear cut, obvious choice to win this, and that would be CM Punk. However, I mean, I guess at this stage in their careers, neither of these guys really need the victory. However, I would like to see Drew McIntyre as a world champion again. I would like to see Drew McIntyre actually win the world title and hold it. So I'm picking Drew McIntyre, and I think that's going to lead Drew McIntyre into WrestleMania, where he goes one-on-one with Damian Priest. Oh, not Damian Priest, I'm sorry, with Gunther. Wow, right idea, wrong person. Goes one-on-one with Gunther. I don't see Gunther losing that championship anytime soon. He just held the Intercontinental Championship for like 3 years, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think Punk and Drew are going to tear it down inside Hell in a Cell, and I'm here for it. I am ready for it. I am living for it. I am living for what these two are going to do to each other inside Hell in a Cell. But now let's get to the point that we're all here for. We're going to talk about the greatest, at least in my opinion, Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Now, I've compiled a list of Hell in a Cell matches, some modern, some a lot of classics, because none of those classics can be touched, and we'll get to that. But our first match that I want to talk about here is a very underrated Hell in a Cell match. It wasn't by any means like bloody and everything like Hell in a Cell you'd think it would be. But this match right here, the Usos versus the New Day, Hell in a Cell 2017. Oh my God, what a match. Listen, we weren't eating that good in 2017. Jinder Mahal was the WWE champion. And he was beating Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura. We weren't eating all that well. The New Day and the Usos had a rap battle on TV. And at this point, they faced each other 110 times. But this match went above and beyond all of my expectations for a Hell in a Cell match. The kendo sticks, the spot, I believe it was one of the Usos was caught with the kendo sticks in the corner, and it beat the hell out of them. They beat up Xavier Woods. It was insane. It was literally one of the most insane Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen for a tag team Hell in a Cell match. And if you guys are just joining us, welcome to the stream. Right now, we're just going down the list of the all-time greatest Hell in a Cell matches. Leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think your favorite Hell in a Cell match is? What is the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time in your opinion? Because this is the first one I'm talking about right here. The Usos and New Day. The Usos won this match, and it was at a time where the Usos really needed to shed the remnants of what the Usos were and become the Usos that they are today. This match set the precursor for what you see now with the Usos, because before this, before their heel turn in 2016, they were wearing the face paint. They came out doing the traditional haka. They were Uso crazy and all that stuff. And it was just, it wasn't very good. That's to say the least. It wasn't very good. So I think this match right here, like their heel turn helped solidify them, but this match here is what they needed to take that extra step to go that much further and become the Usos that they are today. I mean, look at the Usos. I mean, Jimmy's not around right now, but look at how much the Usos have accomplished since this match. Multiple tag team championship runs, longest reigning tag team champions of all time. They had that whole storyline with the Bloodline. They got a match against each other at WrestleMania. They got to live their childhood dream and have a match against each other at WrestleMania. And I believe, like I said, this match was the precursor that kicked all of that off. So this easily comes in as one of my all-time favorite Hell in a Cell matches. Like I said, it wasn't a bloody affair, but it was a very hard-hitting and brutal affair. Like, it was, for a PG Hell in a Cell match, they definitely stepped it up. And I truly think this is one of the greatest of all time. And now the next Hell in a Cell match we're going to talk about. I don't know how a lot of people feel about it. I feel like it was the wrong winner in this match. So we're going to get to that now, and it is the most recent Hell in a Cell match. The Demon King Finn Balor versus Edge at WrestleMania 39. Now, there was a lot of rumors going into WrestleMania 39 about Gangrel showing up and helping Edge and all of this stuff. And this is also the last official WrestleMania match of the Rated R Superstar, as Edge will leave WWE in August of 2023 and is now in AEW on the injured reserve list, as is half the AEW roster. But honestly, this match was better than it needed to be. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the color-coded weapons, the red and purple chairs, the red and purple kendo sticks. Wasn't a big fan of it per se. But Finn Balor getting hit with that ladder and having to get, I think it was 14 staples in his head mid-match, bleeding all over the place. Like, he had to get staples in his head in the middle of the match. Instead of the match being called off, him going to the back, getting staples, and said, we'll do this another time. He got stapled at ringside, went back in, and finished the match. And that alone made me believe that Finn Balor should have won this match. Now, there's only a handful of people who have beaten the Demon King, and that would be Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Edge. I believe those are the only three that beat Demon King Finn Balor. I don't think Finn Balor should have lost this match. And I think that's one of the many reasons why there are people like the Judgment Day now can't take Finn Balor seriously as the de facto leader of the group. His promo work ain't that great. You know, his momentum was completely halted in this match. And I can't take him seriously anymore. Every time Finn Balor's in a major rivalry, he loses. And I cannot take Finn Balor seriously. I think this match kind of set him on that downward trajectory. He's been tag team champion a couple times since this match, but I really think this is the match that kind of dwindled away from Finn Balor's credibility more and more. Now, that's not to say the match wasn't awesome. Like, Finn Balor doing the dive off the cage, off the side of the cell wall onto Edge was fucking awesome. The whole match, it had everything you wanted in the Hell in a Cell. It had tables, it had blood, it had everything. Like I said, Finn Balor got stapled at ringside and went and finished the match. And like, that's a testament to Finn Balor's toughness to get stapled at ringside and then go finish the match. And our next match that I want to talk about here is another one that's a statement or a testament to somebody's toughness. And of course, that somebody is your current WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This was back in 2022 after Cody tore his pec earlier that day. Look at that nasty injury there on the chest of Cody Rhodes, chest and shoulder. Like, nobody would have discounted Cody Rhodes if Cody Rhodes said, I can't do it. Nobody would have thought anything less of Cody Rhodes if Cody said, you know what, I'm hurt. This isn't a good idea. Let's not do it and have Seth fight somebody else. A Hell in a Cell match on the fly would have sucked. But at this point, nobody would have thought anything less of Cody had he not did this match. However, he did. He did this match with a torn pec. I don't know how he did it with a torn pec, but he did it. And again, it was a great match. Seth and Cody have awesome, whether they're teaming or not, they have awesome chemistry with each other. And I think that this match really proved Cody's dedication to the business. It proved Cody's tenacity. It proved his toughness. Like, you know, obviously, you know, Cody talks a lot about his dad, but Dusty Rhodes was one tough son of a bitch. And I don't think Dusty Rhodes would have tore his pec. I don't think Dusty Rhodes would have called the match off either. I think Dusty would have went out there and did the damn thing. But man, what a awful injury. And then to go out there and to compete in a match as brutal as Hell in a Cell. Like, that is insane. And again, it's a testament to Cody's toughness. He took a kendo stick shot to the chest. He took I believe a chair shot, sledgehammer shot, over and over again. And the doctors told him he couldn't injure it any more than he already did. So Cody said, fuck it, let's run it. And he did. And again, this goes down on my list as one of the all-time greats just because of Cody's injury, the extent of his injury, tearing it completely off the bone, and then still going out there and putting on a match. And this match went like 20, 30 minutes. He went out there and he went the distance with Seth Rollins. Like, there's no denying that. I'm not a big Cody Rhodes guy. I'm not a big Cody Rhodes as WWE champion guy. As a matter of fact, I feel Roman should have won at WrestleMania 40. But Cody Rhodes here proved his dedication not only to professional wrestling, but he proved that he wasn't just back for a paycheck. He wasn't back just to collect the WWE money, because don't get me wrong, that WWE money is probably fucking sweet. But it proved that he wasn't back just to do that. He was back for the fans. He was back for himself, and he was back to finish his story. And ladies and gentlemen, he did the damn thing. I wouldn't have been out there with a torn pec. I stubbed my toe the other day, and I was on the ground for like 25 minutes at work complaining about it. There's no way in hell I would have wrestled with a torn pec. But, ladies and gentlemen, this easily, just because of the extent of Cody's injuries and how much he had to suffer to fight through this puts it on one of my all-time greats list. Now we're going to start getting into some of the more classic Hell in a Cell matches as we scroll down here our list. And this is another one that's extremely underrated. It's not talked about as much as other Hell in a Cell matches. And that, of course, is the Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker. Right idea, wrong picture. Between Triple H and Batista. Now, this match was from Vengeance 2005. Batista and Triple H all year been beefing up to that point. Batista won the Royal Rumble match. Ric Flair beat Triple H for the World Championship at WrestleMania. And then I believe they had a match at Backlash. And I believe, did they have a match at Backlash? I can't remember. But this was definitely like the blow-off match to all of that. This match had a little bit of everything. It had a barbed wire chair, a steel chain they beat each other with, Triple H's signature sledgehammer, Batista hitting Triple H on the stairs not once but twice with the spine buster and the Batista bomb. Like, these two beat the hell out of each other inside the cell. And the one thing, like, this is the classic Hell in a Cell design. This is the one I like. I like the new Hell in a Cell. Well, not new, but the more modern one. The new one, I guess, would have been that red one, and nobody liked that. And if you did, you're only lying to yourself. The more modern-looking Hell in a Cell, the one they introduced in 2006. I like the more modern one, but there's something about this old cell, the 16-footer, that just feels right. The new cell is way too fucking tall. So you know they're not really going to do spots off the top anymore. You know what I mean? And then they do that spot. They haven't done it in a while, but they did that spot like every year after Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose did it, where somebody would fall off the side of the cell and crash through the tables. They did that like once a year, and it got so stupid. Seth Rollins did it like 3 times. Dolph Ziggler did it with Seth Rollins once. I know that. Randy and Drew did it. It was so dumb because you knew it was going to happen. It was very predictable, and that's why those Hell in a Cell matches can say to fuck off this list. But this match right here is easily one of my all-time favorites. And it's, like I said, it's a very underrated Hell in a Cell match. Like, Batista and Triple H in this match beat the living piss out of each other for like 35 minutes straight. And it was, from start to finish, an awesome Hell in a Cell match. And that easily puts it on my list. And now this one, this is from Bad Blood 2004. The Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. You're going to see Triple H and Undertaker on this list a lot now. When you talk about people like the most decorated Hell in a Cell competitors, 2 people come to mind: Triple H and The Undertaker. Triple H has been in like 13 Hell in a Cell matches. Undertaker is like the king of Hell in a Cell matches. He has the most wins inside the Hell in a Cell. I'm pretty sure that's how that is. But ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bad Blood 2004. Oh my God. This is the match where Shawn sets the ladder up inside the cell, and the ladder's so high, Shawn's touching the ceiling as he's up on the ladder ready to jump on Triple H. And then he does the elbow drop off the ladder, and it's such an awesome sight. This match is easily like in my top 5 of Hell in a Cell matches. I watch this one at least once a year, twice a year sometimes. Just to be reminded how awesome it really is. Because, like, there's Shawn Michaels and Triple H's rivalry in 2004. It started in 2002. And then they kind of got away from each other, and then WrestleMania season happened, and they got brought back together. Basically, their 2004 rivalry it's a weird one. Like, it's a good one, but it's a weird one. Like, they had the match where Shawn, the Elimination Chamber, first ever Elimination Chamber, where Shawn won the title, and then lost it like 2 months later to Triple H in the 3 Stages of Hell match. And then they kind of got away from each other. Shawn went and fought Jericho at WrestleMania that year. That was WrestleMania 19. Triple H faced Booker T. We know how that went. And then by the end of 2004, they were back at it again with each other. And then you added in he who shall not be named, the 2004 Royal Rumble winner. We ain't going to talk about him because fuck him. But bring him into the mix, and it brought these two back together and reignited their rivalry. And I mean, it was an intense rivalry. They had the last man standing match at the Royal Rumble, which ended in a double down, which Philadelphia did not like at all. Nobody liked that. Nobody wants to see a world championship match end on a double down. Nobody wants to see that. And then they finally came back and they brought it back inside Hell in a Cell. And I feel like this is one of those matches that lived up to its expectations. It's a little long, as is a Triple H problem with all of his matches. Even the ones he books, they go on way too goddamn long. But this is one of those matches where, like, you remember where you were the first time you seen Shawn Michaels and Triple H as a Hell in a Cell. This is one of those matches where you look back and you go, wow, this is one of those underappreciated moments in professional wrestling history. And I mean, it gives you some of the coolest shots ever. Like even the Triple H and Chris Jericho Hell in a Cell, which by all means wasn't that great. It was okay. But the shot of Triple H hitting the pedigree on Chris Jericho on top of Hell in a Cell is like one of the coolest things that you'll ever see in a Hell in a Cell match. But this match was awesome, and it led to Triple H picking up the victory. And I'm pretty sure Triple H won this match. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, but I'm pretty sure Triple H won this match. But damn, what an awesome Hell in a Cell match. Now, remember how I said you were going to see the Triple H Undertaker thing over? You're going to see them a lot now. Well, you're definitely going to see them in this one, because the next one on my list is WrestleMania 28, end of an era. Shawn Michaels, a special guest referee. The Undertaker versus Triple H. Undertaker streak on the line against Triple H's. They never really explained, but this match again went a little long. About 45 minutes, almost 50 minutes this match went. But, dude, when you talk about modern Hell in a Cell matches, you don't think about, especially in 2011, 2012-ish, the Hell in a Cell matches were very PG. It was like one steel chair shot, one shot with the steel step. You know what I mean? There wasn't a lot to it. But this match, they didn't need to go outside the cell. They didn't need to go on top of the cell. They didn't need to. They barely needed to leave the ring. Like, this match told a tremendous story. And if Triple H and Undertaker would have retired right here, it would have been the perfect ending to both of their careers. Undertaker retires undefeated at WrestleMania. Triple H has one last fucking absolute banger at WrestleMania. His best friend is the special guest referee. Three guys who were the cornerstone of the Attitude Era. Like, this would have been the perfect ending for all three of these guys' career. Depending on how you look at it, unfortunately, that wasn't the end. Because Triple H would go on to wrestle Brock Lesnar the following year. Undertaker would wrestle CM Punk. And after that, well, you know what happened with The Undertaker. And then Triple H started slowly dwindling away. And it still eats at me to this day that Triple H never got a proper retirement match because of his heart condition. He never got a proper retirement match. And it makes me so fucking mad, because I love Triple H. I don't give a damn what people say. Like, Triple H's booking right now of Monday Night of WWE's, it's very predictable, and it's like, hit or miss. But at the same time, I love Triple H. And people can sit there and try to discredit him all they want. Oh, well, he slept with Stephanie. He slept his way to the top. He married his way into the business. Don't act like you fucking wouldn't. Don't act like you wouldn't. Don't act like you wouldn't cut every corner you could to get ahead in your job. I know I would. That is, I'm sorry, the holier than thou people that have morals. Yeah, I got 2 words for you. You could suck it. Well, that was 4. But still, like, Triple H even before he met Stephanie. Like, yeah, he was with the Clique, and they had the, and again, people are going to use the Clique to try to discredit Triple H too. But Triple H has had some all-time banger matches, like, and that's what people seem to forget. And most of those matches happen inside Hell in a Cell. I'm pretty sure that son of a bitch is on this list at least one more time. He is on this list at least one more time, and so is the Undertaker. Undertaker's on this list in the next. He's on this list 2 more times. I had to look real quick, but yeah, this match right here. The conflicting emotions of Shawn Michaels not wanting to count his friend out, not wanting to end the streak. It was so conflicting. And then Shawn Michaels hitting the sweet chin music on Undertaker, and Triple H hitting the pedigree, and everybody in Florida, everybody around the world thought the streak was over. This match fucking ruled. So we're going to get to the next. We're going to get to my top 3 now of the all-time greatest Hell in a Cell matches. In my opinion, again, this is my opinion. I want you guys to comment. I want you guys, what are your favorite Hell in a Cell? You don't take my opinion for nothing. I'm just some guy on YouTube here. Well, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. But you don't have to take my word for it. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? What do you think is the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time? Because coming in at my top 3, first, this match, the very first. Hey, you can see me. Hey, the very first Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. This is the match that set the tone for the Hell in a Cell match being the rivalry ender. Like, you want to finish your rivalry with somebody, you can't stand your rival, you can't stand seeing their face no more. This is the match that you go to do. This is the match you go and say, hey, we're gonna fuck kill each other. Let's do it. I can't stand you, you can't stand me. Let's go do it. And of course, now, as I said earlier, this was the very first appearance of the Hell in a Cell. This was the very last appearance of Vince McMahon behind the commentary desk until he did a couple stints as a commentator, but this is his last time as a full-time commentator on the desk. And also the very first appearance of the Big Red Machine Kane, who celebrates his 27th anniversary this weekend, the exact date of Bad Blood, 27 years to the date of the debut of Kane at Bad Blood. So hopefully we get something on Saturday that talks about that, because Glenn Jacobs, the person, I could do without. Kane, the wrestler, love him. One of my all-time favorites. Kane fucking ruled, and you can't deny that. You can hate on his political stance all you want. I'm not a big fan of it either. But Kane fucking ruled back in the day. I met Kane a couple years ago, and he was super chill. I made a mask to get signed, a Jason Voorhees mask. I wish I had a picture of it. It's behind. Actually, hold on. It's right there. That's the mask right there that I got signed by Kane when I met him. And he looked at that mask. He asked me if I made it, and I said, yeah. And he goes, that's pretty fucking cool. And to hear that from a Hall of Famer, to hear that from somebody you grew up watching, that's awesome. I'll never forget that moment. That was one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my life. And it would never happened if this moment right here never happened. But this match had Shawn flying off the side of the cage. They battled up on top of the Hell in a Cell. They literally They did it all in this match. The chair shot, oh my God, one of the nastiest chair shots I ever seen Undertaker give somebody. And I've seen Undertaker give some nasty chair shots. I'm sorry, Canyon. Undertaker gave some nasty fucking chair shots to people, but this one, good God. He hit Shawn like Shawn owed him a paycheck, bro. Like, he hit Shawn Michaels so damn hard. I know Shawn's ears didn't stop ringing until at least the next Monday. Not the night after, the next Monday afterwards. That's how hard he got hit. But this is easily one of my all-time favorite Hell in a Cell matches. And coming in at number 2, a match I just watched earlier tonight. Earlier today. The Hell in a Cell match between Cactus Jack and Triple H. Now, just take a look at this picture real quick. You have Cactus Jack, who just went through the cell and through the ring. You have Triple H, who kicks Cactus Jack's hand. You can see Cactus's hand coming back up. That didn't stop Cactus Jack. And of course, The other thing in this picture I want to point out is my all-time favorite referee, my GOAT, somebody I can call my friend, Earl motherfucking Hebner. Right there, dead center in the picture. That's my fucking guy. Refereed one of my two of my all-time favorite matches. The No Way Out Hell in a Cell match, which is this picture right here, and the match that happened at the Royal Rumble the month before with Cactus Jack and Triple H, their street fight in Madison Square Garden. Two of my all-time favorite matches, and Earl Hebner refereed them both. That's my GOAT. But this match, oh my God, dude, this match was one of those matches that starts off with Cactus trying to get out of the cage. The cage is locked. Stephanie and Triple H put the locks on the cage because Cactus said he was going to go to the top and fly off and crash to Triple H's body, and they didn't want that to happen. Spoiler alert, it kind of happens. So Cactus also breaks his nose in this match when he goes off the apron or off the second rope with the chair. Triple H is laying on the outside, and this is the old Hell in a Cell now that we're talking about. There was less room inside, and when Triple H was laying there, Cactus Jack jumps off the second rope with the steel chair. Chair hits Triple H. Chair hits the cage wall. Chair comes back, hits Cactus, breaks his nose. Boom, done. The level of torment that Mick Foley went through to entertain all of us is why Mick Foley is my all-time favorite. Like, Undertaker is definitely my number two, a very, very close number two. But Mick Foley, whether he was Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, fucking Cactus Jack, Manson, whatever the hell you wanted to call him, that's my fucking guy. Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, all-time favorite. Literally my all-time favorite. And we'll get to the reason why he is my all-time favorite in our next match. But this match here, man, the finish, the flaming barbed wire board, Cactus getting thrown through the cage and then through the ring, and he still got up and took a pedigree. But my God, what a fucking match. Literally one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time, no matter who you ask. If you ask anybody for their top five, this match is in that top five. I guarantee you. Unless they're under the age of 20, this match is got to be in their top five. But, of course, this is a match up next that is mine and a lot of people's number one. And it is, of course, in my opinion, the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. The match that's like the first Hell in a Cell match set the standard of what the Hell in a Cell match should be. This match set the standard of what we see now, or what we would have seen now had WWE not gone PG. But like this match, this is one of those matches where everything that could have went wrong, and two very professional wrestlers made it work. Mankind flew off the top of the cage through the table in one of the most insane spots I could ever recall seeing. I had a videotape, a VHS. And again, anybody under the age of like 15, probably under the age of 20 now, really wouldn't know what a VHS is. I mean, they probably do. There's probably some out there, but for all you youngins, a VHS, it's a square tape that you would take and you would put into a thing called a VCR, and you can watch all your movies, wrestling, whatever it was. You can watch all your shit on there. So I had a tape called The Three Faces of Foley, and this was the first match on that tape. There's a reason why this is the first match on that tape. It was a very edited down for time constraints because the tape was only 60 minutes long. And this match easily was like 35, 40 minutes. So this match, the first thing you see is Undertaker come out, and the pyro going off as he's walking through it is one of the coolest things, one of the coolest visuals that you'll ever see in wrestling. And then they go up on top of the cage. They're scrapping, they're clawing, they're fighting. And Jim Ross, he says, "Oh God, don't get him over here where we are." And of course, then it happens. Good God Almighty! Good God Almighty! They killed him, dude. The greatest call in professional wrestling history, followed up by the second greatest call of all time. As God is my witness, he is broken in half. dude, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like I literally, hold on, let me look at this. Look at my arm. Look at my arm. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about this. Like this is one of the, like this match is the reason why I'm a fan of professional wrestling today. This match is a reason why 20 some years after I've seen it, I have the Wrestling All Day podcast. My living room's full of wrestling shit. The reason I have my own custom championship, like, people my entire life have hated on, not hated, but hated on the fact that I liked wrestling. It's fake, right? And yada, yada, yada. Like I said this before, there's no greater sport in this world that has made me laugh. No greater sport in this world that has made me cry. No greater sport in this world that has made me fall in love with anything like professional wrestling. And this is the match right here that started it. The Undertaker and Mankind inside Hell in a Cell. This is the match right here that started my love for professional wrestling. The first time I seen this match when I was about 3 years old. And again, two of my all-time favorites, Mankind and The Undertaker. And then, of course, Undertaker wrestles the whole match with a broken foot. And again, we talked about the toughness of Finn Balor, the toughness of Cody Rhodes. Undertaker wrestled this match with a broken foot when he didn't have to. The Undertaker easily could have taken time off, and they would have found somebody else to fight Mankind that night. I'm sure they would have. But Undertaker wrestled this match with a broken foot, climbed up the cage not once but twice, and then jumped from the fucking cage into the ring and landed on his broken foot. And then wrestled 20 more fucking minutes. This is arguably, like, you can talk about the greatest matches of all time. You could keep your fucking Kenny Omegas. You could keep your Okadas. You could keep your Will Ospreys. You could keep your Ricochets when you talk about greatest matches of all time. This is not only my favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time, this is my favorite wrestling match of all time. And I know what Mick Foley went through in this match. I know how much physical fucking torture he went through in this match. That's not the reason I like the match. I like the match because these guys were so dedicated that they were able to do that and still keep going. And then Mick Foley, to his credit, the next day, when he should have went the fuck home and went to the hospital and got taken care of and went home and spent time with his family, the next night, that crazy son of a bitch was at Monday Night Raw. There is no reason Mick Foley had to go as hard as he did. There's no reason for it. But, I mean, the reason he gives is because he does it for the love of the fans. And, I'll always love Mick Foley for that. But there is no reason this man had to go out there and almost kill himself every night for our entertainment. But we're super appreciative of it. And I will not tolerate any Mick Foley slander on this channel. If I catch any of y'all slandering Mick Foley on this channel, I'm coming to your house and I'm unplugging your fucking refrigerators. I'm making sure everything in your freezer goes bad. There's no way in hell I'm going to accept any Mick Foley slander on this channel or anywhere at all. No way in hell. Same thing with The Undertaker. Undertaker's done some goofy shit in his career, but I will not tolerate any Mick Foley or Undertaker slander in these comments. Y'all better not do it. I'm warning you. Those refrigerators, look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Those refrigerators will be unplugged. But no, but honestly, seriously though, this match right here literally is the reason why I fell in love with professional wrestling. This match is the reason why I'm still doing this, this podcast, this is the reason why I have back problems, because me and my friends were outside wrestling and we tried to recreate this spot 100 times when we were kids. Like, I owe a lot to Mick Foley, who was my childhood idol, and The Undertaker, who, I don't know if it's good to idolize somebody who's crucified multiple and abducted multiple coworkers, but these are two of, talk about the GOATs. These are two of the GOATs right here, Mick Foley and The Undertaker. Now, I do want to touch back real quick before we sign off here. Again, that's my number one pick for the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. Undertaker, Mankind, King of the Ring, 1998. My first ever wrestling event, before we get started here, or before we finish here, my first ever wrestling event that I went to for WWE was June 28th, 2010, on the anniversary of this match. That's destiny right there. That's what that is. That is faith and destiny right there. So, again, We are 2 days away from this match here. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. I don't give a damn about Cody and Roman versus the Bloodline. I don't give a damn about Bayley and Nia. I've never given a damn about Bayley or Nia at all. This is the match I want to see right here. This is the match I'm tuning in for this Saturday. And I want you guys to let me know. If you're watching this later on, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your predictions are. Who do you think is going to win at Bad Blood? What do you think these two are going to do inside Hell in a Cell? I'm hyped for it, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys are too. So now you guys see my ugly mug for a couple minutes as I sign off here. I want to thank you guys, of course, for joining me as always. Hopefully you guys checked out the new studio and that studio tour video I posted. A lot of cool stuff coming to the channel in the very near future. A couple Halloween events you guys aren't going to want to miss. A lot of streaming going down on Twitch. We're going to be streaming a lot of Dead by Daylight, a lot of Call of Duty, possibly some Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe some Friday the 13th. A lot going to be happening in the next couple of weeks heading into Halloween. I'm very excited for Halloween, and I'm very excited for Bad Blood this Saturday. But with that in mind, I'm Matty Smackdown, host of the Wrestling All Day podcast, and I will see you guys for the next video. And trust me, it'll be very, very soon. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.